bit more today. Look at the red. Look at the red. Hey. So it appears as though we might be live.
Ooh.
Nice.
Are we live? Are we live?
Yo, where's Tokyo?
Is this that live streaming the kids be talking about?
I heard that.
I know that you guys were talking about wrestling, and for everybody who's joining us today, I just wanted to let you guys know that most of us here are actually really, really, really huge fans of wrestling. And so if you ever want to have those wrestling conversations, feel free to hit us up on Start Button and actually have engaging us with that conversation. We actually may one day let these guys do some kind of like wrestling pod or wrestling show or something like that. There might even be videos coming about what's going on in the world of wrestling. We actually like to cover all forms of entertainment, and that's actually a good segue into the things that we're going to discuss today. So, the first thing that I would like to talk with you guys about is this. Now, we know that every so often, when it comes to genres for video games, things change. So, a few years ago, Call of Duty was the king.
Yep.
Which means that when Call of Duty was the king, first-person shooters were the king of the genres, right? There was also the GTA series and things like that. My question for you guys is, what genre right now is currently the king in the gaming space?
Extraction shooter, probably.
Extraction shooter. Okay. Interesting answer.
It's either that or
I'm gonna be
can't think of
real.
anything more king because between like Helldivers, Warzone, not Warzone. Between Helldivers, like Call of Duty, Escape from Tarkov, Bungie has.
Warzone is considered extraction, isn't it?
I'm not sure if it was Warzone or if it was the other. Like
DMZ
was
DMZ.
extraction.
Yes, DMZ. Sorry.
DMZ.
Warzone is Battle Royale. DMZ is Extraction.
I don't know. I would still say Battle Royale is still kind of that highest user base right now. Obviously, you got your Fortnite. See, people still play Warzone like crazy. People are still playing Apex like crazy. People still play PUBG like crazy, which surprises me.
Yeah.
As far as this like player base, but then like, yeah, I would say Battle Royale is still kind of on top. But I feel like a lot of companies are. I think extraction shooter like Time said might end up being the new thing because everyone's going to try and capture that Helldivers magic. But because apparently, if I remember right, didn't 343 or someone former 343 someone said they were working on a Halo style Helldivers a couple years ago, and then the project got basically like shit canned. And which even though I was like that actually sounded like it would have been dope as shit, just like do like a new like ODST style game. But
I was gonna
like,
say
but
that.
it's like they're not Spartans. You're like, or it makes sense. You're actual soldiers, but you do Helldivers type shit, but as ODST. Because ODST was fun, but it was only 2 hours long.
I mean, Helldivers is like the ODST game. That's literally what it is now. They do the same thing that the ODST does.
Well,
I'd say I'd say Battle Royale is still king currently because if you like, look, you can love or hate Fortnite, but the fact of the matter is, every single season, people hop on it by the millions. And that is like, it becomes the most viewed thing on Twitch for at least a good couple days before it dies down. But yeah, when every new season of Fortnite, that shit does numbers. I think right now they're doing a mythology thing with like ancient gods, like Zeus.
Like Zeus.
Oh, that was so
Poseidon.
they could put in Kratos.
Kratos is already in the game. We can get him as a skin.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
But they got like god powers and shit now too in it. So you got Zeus's thunderbolts and shit. From what I was seeing on
powers, I heard that they I heard that they put in the god powers, like the mythology powers or whatever, and they nerfed the wings of Icarus in less than 24 hours.
Why?
I guess it was overpowered.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, right now, Fortnite, currently playing right now, is more than all the top 10 Steam chart games combined.
Damn.
More than all of the top 10 what?
If you go to the Fortnite player count currently, it's like a 2.2 million. And if you add up the top 10 Steam charts games right now, obviously CS2, Dota 2, Helldivers, Siege, PUBG, Apex, Baldur's Gate, Call of Duty, Last Epoch, GTA 5, that still doesn't add up to how many people are on Fortnite right now. It's crazy. I'm not even like a Fortnite guy like that. I played that game twice, I think, and it's still doing crazy numbers. But like you were saying, like it's still like I give them credit. They keep people on that game. Like even if it's like not any crazy seasons or new features, but like every new event they do, like they somehow seem to reinvent the wheel, get those peak players up like 3, 4, 5 million players, and then it just goes back to its stable 1.5, 2 million players all times. It's crazy.
Which is still pretty good. I think most companies that have a game would love to at least have 1.5 million regular players are playing their game. That's a hard thing to do if you're not like an MMO, like 14 or WoW. It's a hard 1.5 million regularly, and that's after the people who come to see the new content have just left.
Yeah, play a couple games like, yeah, that was fun, and then go back to whatever. But then you still got that core base.
Yeah,
well, I mean, core base is essentially what determines the success or failure of a video game, am I right? Especially when it comes to live service, should I say? Not necessarily the success or failure of a video game, but that's essentially the whole point of live service, is to establish that core base, which obviously means that you want to have a fun gameplay loop. You want to have your core base that's going to spend the money. The other people are there, and those are nice numbers, but those people are there to see what your game is about, and it may not be for them. You don't bank on the numbers that come from the people who come to see the new content. Sometimes they'll spend the money, but you want your core base to stay engaged. I mean, it sounds like good business. So once Fortnite launches and it booms the first time, obviously you're going to expect, say, let's go through business terms and say that your retention rate is probably going to be approximately, say 40%, being generous, 40%. So you get a ton of people that play your game. 40% of them are going to stay. If 40% of them stay, that means that 40% of them are always going to be there, and they're always going to be there for your new updates. They're always going to be there to spend the money, buy the battle passes, get all of the content, because remember, the game is free. So that's how they're going to monetize. So it's probably been factored into the numbers that those 40% are going to be there, and then all of the extras that they get are just kind of icing on the cake.
Yeah, I guess when I think of all this, like all of what has been said about why battle royales are king makes complete sense to me. I guess where I'm coming from it as if a new game were to be released today, right? And you have a new battle royale versus a new extraction shooter. I think that the extraction shooter today is going to have a higher probability of gaining interest over a new battle royale. Like that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't dispute that Fortnite is a mega power.
It's a monster.
At this point, Fortnite is its own universe, and it's its own thing. But I just feel like as a genre, there's a lot more interest in what extraction shooters can do than there is seeing more battle royales.
Yeah.
By and large.
Yeah, I think battle royale
is kind of
done. As far as people making new ones.
That's a chop genre, because now we've got new things like the final, which is what would you define the final as?
The finals is an arena shooter.
Arena kind of extraction, sort of, because you're supposed to win. Because the whole thing is you're supposed to collect as much money as you possibly can. So it isn't just straight up arena shooter. There is a goal.
That's why I actually considered it an arena shooter, because you're not extracting. Because remember, the Division was an extraction shooter as well. So you're not extracting. You're not necessarily kind of. It's an arena. Like it's essentially considered a game show. But because you're in an arena, you're in a set boundary or a set stage, running and completing objectives, it would be considered an arena shooter.
And that's starting to climb up, by the way, too.
The
there's a lot of buzz going around about the finals.
Yeah,
that might actually be the new game type.
I will say I do think there is more room for some buzz in battle royales, but we will we will see in time.
Surpassing Fortnite though, Fortnite
I don't
already.
think no,
Yeah,
I don't think surpassing Fortnite. I just think there's more experiences out there that people could potentially enjoy.
It can have its own lane, sort of like how Apex has its own lane, you know.
See,
Yeah.
I think if a company
play the
is
finals.
putting a game out
On-
and their goal is to surpass Fortnite, they've already set themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's one
that's
of the
what-
reasons.
Oh, sorry. I
Sorry.
was gonna say that was a WoW curse for 2 decades.
Yeah.
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 I
It
was
is
Trying to make a
hard.
game that's better than WoW instead of just making a fun game.
Yeah, I was
That's-
just having this conversation.
No, go ahead.
I was just having this conversation the other day at work. It's like it feels like trying to get into the MMO space these days. It's like step 1, create World of Warcraft. Step 2, figure out how to improve it.
Accurate.
Whereas you got 14, we're just like we just do our own thing and it works.
Yeah, I think I've talked about this before. I feel like that in terms of MMORPGs with a subscription player base, I feel as though that market, and I have to be very specific there because free to play anything can happen. That's a space where anything that's a good idea has the opportunity to succeed in a free to play space. But I think that things that are on a subscription basis, I feel like those things, that market is mostly tapped because you either have to create Final Fantasy and then try to be better than Final Fantasy at being Final Fantasy. Good luck.
Good luck.
Or you have to create World of Warcraft and try to be better at World of Warcraft than Blizzard, who is notorious for being able to look at other really good ideas and be like, what if we did that? And then doing it. So, actually, yeah. So it's
And it's not only that too, but you're also going up against 2 MMOs that have 20 to 30 plus years of lore in brand recognition with the public. Everybody knows what Warcraft is. Everybody knows what Final Fantasy is. No one's gonna know what like Super World Online is. That's hard. It's hard. It's hard to do that.
R.I.P. Wildstar.
If they,
I'm curious to see.
it
Yeah,
hurts.
that was so good. I'm.
It deserved to
honestly
fly.
It did. I'm really curious to see how this current, as P put it accurately, I'm curious to see how this cycle of gaming plays out. I'm curious to see how the space evolves over time, because I'm someone who a year or two ago I wasn't really too invested in battle royales or extraction shooters. I honestly really did not want to see more of those kinds of game types, but as time goes on, as we see more creative ideas starting to come out of this, I get more excited. Helldivers has definitely re-sparked my interest in the extraction shooter genre.
I actually have access to Helldivers and I haven't played it yet.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
You're doing democracy a disservice.
You're not spreading that democracy.
Okay.
It is.
Is it third person? I have first person fatigue.
Yes, it is third
Yeah,
person.
It is third person. You can actually toggle when you're aiming to first person if you want, but it's mainly third person.
Yeah, I have first person shooter fatigue. I have been Call of Dutied and Battlefielded and Rainbow Sixed and just first person. And I don't, to be honest with you, I kind of don't understand why the first person shooter genre ran for so long, so hard, and nobody wants to make third person shooters. But then again, I also realize that people are very, very critical of the third person camera when it comes to shooters. And I think that one of the last games that did it right and was solid, and I know I'm about to say something that's going to sound wild because it's a Ubisoft game, but The Division. I mean, Outriders, they did a thing, but and it had the potential to be enjoyable, but it was buggy.
Yeah,
Like-
but that was also trying to capture the Destiny people.
Yeah, it was really trying to be Destiny.
Okay. The
Okay.
Division kind of did its own thing, but yeah, I could try.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Outriders. My bad.
I said Outriders.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I said
Yeah.
Helldiver's. My mistake.
But yeah, Outriders was definitely one that could have been a great game. It just it was fun to play, but some of the things that I ran into while playing were just game breaking. Like it broke the immersion, it broke the effect and the feeling that I was actually able to immerse myself into a play session, whether it be not able to connect with people or not being able to find people online, or see people that are online. Like it was a lot that and they were small things, but they were big enough to be noticeable when you want to try to get a session on with your friends. But yeah, I mean, I'll try Helldivers by all means. I don't have anything against it. I haven't really been able to play it. A lot of my focus has been on other things in life at the moment, but I think that I'll be freeing up some moments very soon. When I asked what genre is king right now, I mean, yeah, sure. We know that Fortnite is running the show. We know that Apex is still big. We know Call of Duty is still big, even though it may not have sold as much as other games like Hogwarts Legacy. But do we think that, do we see something along the lines of Call of Duty or Fortnite's player base declining when big games like Final Fantasy Rebirth come out, or Final Fantasy 16, or when multi-platform games like Monster Hunter come out? Because obviously those games aren't necessarily community based the same way, but like, do we think that an RPG could be king?
I don't know. I would say the last time an RPG was like, it's been a couple times past couple years, but the ones where like you gotta play this game, obviously with Rebirth coming out, that Final Fantasy 7 remake when that came out, like 16 was big, but it didn't obviously sell as much as that. But I would say the last non-Final Fantasy one that was big like that when Persona 5 first dropped, because that like everyone went nuts, myself included, for that damn game. I would like if RPG was king genre again, like back in the Super Nintendo days, but I don't know if we're ever going to get back to that because people aren't making them like that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Tekken 8's making some rounds out there. Like, I'm seeing people I've never seen play Tekken 8 play it.
Yeah, we are kind of in like a fighting renaissance right now because we had mad big releases the past year and a half. For just
I just realized that I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I am so sorry, chat. First of all, fork knife. Yes, fork knife. Secondly, P. It is the gaming cycle and manage democracy. It is my duty to spread it. If only I got the joke for Super Earth and for Liberty. So, I mean, I'm sure that I'll get it sooner or later once I boot the game. I have to download the game first. I'm sorry. I know you are all disappointed in me. I think that we should actually, well, I don't know if I have any Dragon Ball background photos, but I think that we should actually do a little bit of a Dragon Ball background today. What do you guys think?
That's what I did.
We'll get into that topic a little later, but so the reason that I actually asked about like could an RPG be king, because there was a point in time where the WoW phenomenon took over the world. Like I was a youngin', and I used to role play. I used to do like text role play and stuff, and long time ago, probably about 22 years ago when WoW first came out, all of my friends that I used to, first of all, who laughed?
What? No one laughed.
Anyway, long time ago when when WoW first came out, I used to text role play, and all of my friends left me. They all abandoned me to play WoW, and they never came back. I lost a large group of friends, and I lost one of my favorite pastimes at that time. So WoW was definitely
discovered masturbation.
But you could have done that on WoW too.
Oh no,
They
I
have
resolved to
roleplay
never play
servers
WoW
on
in my
WoW.
life
Why didn't you just do that?
because I resolved to never play WoW in my life.
Yeah, if you're like, and at that point, if you were just trying to just get a good role play kick out of like a game, there was like early Second Life. What was that other one? There came out.
Well, I mean, we're
Came
talking
out.
AOL chat room style.
Yeah, man, Hustle
a long time ago.
Yeah,
we dabbled in that pretty hardcore too.
yeah.
Like, this is a
Dabbled in
long,
that.
long time ago. Like
AOL roleplay, forum-based roleplay,
Second Life.
Second
I remember,
Life.
if I remember right, time. I don't know if you were right. I remember you had like a wrestling federation roleplay. You were talking about.
I
that.
ran several.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you ran it. Yeah.
wow.
I was Tony Khan before Tony Khan was Tony Khan.
So why aren't you Tony Khan now? Like, bro,
Because I
we
don't
need
have
you
a
to be
rich,
Tony
I don't have a
Khan so
rich
that
daddy.
Tony Khan is no longer Tony Khan. So that this way, you know, we can be like, hey, yo, time. I want
He
to
just needs a daddy that owns a football club and the stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, they have wrestling
had-
federations on Second Life, just so you know that.
If I had $1 billion, I too would be a wrestling promoter who shits away my money.
See, if I was a billionaire, I would just make a better MagFest out of spite.
Mm.
Just because I'm petty. Fuck your hotel lotteries. I'm still salty.
Hotel lotteries is wild. That is wild.
I don't understand how they thought that was a good idea. It's like whether or
That
not you
won't
have a
piss
good
people
room
off.
is up to luck.
But I already paid for my ticket, so you telling me that
You might not get that room even though you paid for your ticket. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Dumbest shit in the world.
so has it turned into a shit show?
Like, it's still fun to attend, but it's like obviously I obviously accept that MagFest is a privilege. It's not a right for anyone. It's just a fun thing to go to, like any convention. However, it's been, I won't even say it's like normified, because it kind of is, because I've been going to this thing since it was like 1,200 people. Now 30,000 people trying to bum rush the thing. I never heard of this before.
Oh, but
Sorry,
This is-
yeah, for context, MagFest, down in DC area, music and game festival, MagFest. It started over 20 years ago down in that area. It just started as a super small, tight-knit gaming convention, like arcade games to tabletop, card games, console, early PC, and stuff like that. And it's just grown dramatically since then. Like, my first one was the 8th one they did. And that was like 1,200, 1,500 people. Yo, what up? What up, man? Can you hear us?
oh, there he goes.
Yeah,
All right.
Token just joined. I don't know. There you go. What's up? How you doing? How you doing?
We had some technical difficulties.
Like all of a sudden, like I was watching a TV show, and all of a sudden, I started getting everything ready, and internet just went out. Wi-Fi was still working.
Comtrash?
Huh?
Comtrash?
No, I got Vexus. I have fiber optic.
I
Oh,
don't
damn.
think Comcast ain't in
I
here,
know.
I'm pretty sure.
I restarted my computer, and then boom, everything was back. And I was like, weird, because I restarted the modem and the router, and then the computer, and then boom, it worked.
dang, it took you
Sometimes it's that.
15 minutes to restart, bro.
Right.
Oh
Ooh-wee.
no, MagFest. No, just to try and be brief.
What?
Yeah, it's just a game.
All right.
Couple 10,000 people now.
What we got going on? Why is it that I
outgrown itself.
can't?
Hold on, let him finish.
Why is it that I can't see anyone else except you and Time?
Don't worry about it. Just keep talking.
Video ninja stuff. But anyway, my main complaint is like, since the convention outgrew itself, instead of being a first come first serve, get your hotel like any other convention in the world will be, New York Comic Con, PAX, BlizzCon, when E3 existed, like that, or anything like that. It's first come first serve. You get your badge, you register for your hotel room, boom, done. But then a lot of people start complaining. It's like, oh, it's not fair. And it's like, what do you mean it's not fair? It's like, well, I don't have the time to sit down 2 minutes to register and get a badge. And it's like, I guess you don't want to go. I guess it's not important enough for you to go then. If you can't be like,
Too bad.
if you can't take 2 minutes out of your day to sign up
I
for.
have no idea what's
the
going
convention.
on right now.
Nah, I was talking about a convention I've been going to for like 15 years.
That's too bad then for them. Like,
It-
sorry.
exactly. We all know life ain't fair, but so they decided to make it fair by making a lottery system. So the main hotel got 2,000 rooms. I have not been under 6,000 in the lottery in the past 5 years. So it's just like,
Ooh.
Rajan ain't getting no damn room this year. Hopefully somebody else gets a room and then I'll fucking boot room with them. But yeah, no. I'm just salty. If I get $1 billion, I'm making a new reverse MagFest just out of spite.
That's like if I got mad that someone that like all the full passes for for New York Comic Con were just sold out. I'm like, well, that's not fair. I didn't have time to sit around getting the full pass for every single day for New York Comic Con. So you should do a lottery so then I can get it. Like, no, that means I didn't care enough to actually go ahead and do that.
There's too much logic there, man.
So what I'm hearing is that the audience should actually be looking out for Start Button at all kinds of conventions.
I would like that.
I mean, if they don't got a lottery, we can get in, sure.
I mean, so Tomes, aka King Anarchy, usually tends to go to things like Anime Next. If there is not a New York Comic Con ability for you to be able to get into it, if you are able to get into New York Comic Con, there's also Anime NYC, and I believe Anime NYC was moved from November up to August this year.
Yeah, they're no longer on the same weekend anymore.
What are you talking about?
New York Comic Con in
New York Comic Con is always in October. Anime NYC was in November.
no, but there was a time they were together.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that was like when we first started going to New York Comic Con.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah,
a couple
it's
of years
been like
like
that
that
a while.
too. When I went with Frank, they did it that time too.
Yeah, because I remember
Now-
New York Comic Con wasn't big enough yet. New York Comic Con.
But now both of them have
had
gotten
the
so damn
had the
big,
top section, and Anime
Yeah.
NYC had the whole bottom section of the Javits. And
and now they're so damn big, both conventions, that like it's impossible for them to be matched together now. Which is ironic because now New York Comic Con is bigger than San Diego Comic Con in attendance at least.
Funko takes up 33% of the damn building, which is ridiculous.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I love my Funko Pops, but damn, they don't need that much floor space in New York Comic
Yeah,
Con.
you don't need that much floor space at a convention.
Wait,
Like, I don't
wait. Hold on. I know we are not saying that we will limit the space for Funko Pops, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Have you been to a
No.
convention?
Token. So, the Javits Center is like the biggest convention center in New York.
Right.
And they have two big ass wings of this convention center for New York Comic Con.
Right.
What do you call it? The West Wing, or what do you call it?
Yep.
Funko takes up, not even exaggerated, I want to feel like a third of the room. This is a room designed to hold tens of thousands of people. In just the floor space alone for Funko, it's damn near close to half of that one section. So about 25% of this convention center space is dedicated to Funko. Now I get it, Funko moves money, but damn.
Bro,
I
they have-
mean,
they
money
take up
talks. All
It
right.
does.
Money
They
talks.
I get why it's there, but damn, I can still say damn how big it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
They take up
he
more
said they're
space.
gonna end up having their own floor soon.
Hear
They
me
just
out.
need to do their own convention. This
They
new
take
Funko
up
Con.
more
I
space.
mean, wouldn't that be kind of
That would
lit?
be really
fun
I would,
freaking
go, I would
cool.
go to Funko Con
I would go to
Yeah,
Funko Con.
Funko Con. Yo,
It would be called
Funko.
PopCon. Thank you.
or PopCon, whatever.
Oh, I like that. I
Ooh.
like that.
Funko, if you use that, give us some credit or something, or like have us do a
You better.
panel or some shit
Because we
like
are
that,
definitely
right?
putting a stamp on it. We said it first. It was here.
Exactly. PopCon, like
Oh, that's
We at least want a table and some mics set up.
I think the funny thing is that it's entirely possible that they could even. God, I hate that this actually could work, but they could even get like the different companies they work with to bid over floor space for their properties.
I'm,
Oh my
I'm
God.
just saying. You
Yo.
think Marvin, you think
have,
gonna pay
have,
that?
have a whole Marvel section, have a whole Disney section. You got
Yeah.
God,
Yo.
have panels showing like the upcoming pops for the next couple years. Like,
Konami,
you
Square
have this to
Enix,
look forward to.
Capcom.
Oh, and imagine them getting like different actors and actresses showing up and taking photos and whatnot with their Funko Pops. Like
Yeah,
imagine Ryan Reynolds showing up doing like a whole section of Deadpool with his Funko Pops. Or like Elizabeth
Doing signings,
Olsen.
like that'd be insane. And he would
Limited
make
edition
a lot of money
Funko
that
Pops
way,
you
too.
can only get at PopCon.
Right.
PopCon exclusives.
Oof.
And then wait, skyrocket them by having them like signed by their by the celebrity.
Damn.
It sells itself.
Funko.
It sells itself.
Funko, get
Funko.
on, like,
Do
make
that
your
right
own
now.
con. Make your own con. Don't take up all this other space at other cons. Just make your own con. People
y'all
will go-
realize-
They
y'all
had a
realize that
JCA
we're-
authenticator there at the con.
Yeah.
Was
A JCA authenticator at the con.
Oh my
Man,
goodness.
I
yeah.
remember going to all these conventions back when they were first getting started. Like I used to go to Otakon back when it was still like obviously like not as small as when Eric started going to MagFest, but like it was pretty small. And see, like watching it grow over the years was nuts. Because I used to go back when I was in middle school, and it was just year after year. Like it got harder and harder to get past. Like it got harder and harder to just like have fun for me because it got so crowded.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at how big Otakon is, which is I think Otakon is still I think it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, on the East Coast in terms of like anime conventions now.
It's the biggest specific anime.
Yeah.
I think my very first anime convention that I ever went to was Dragon Con.
That's another big one too.
Well,
Now,
Dragon Con is just like the biggest like pop culture convention in America. Like it's
yeah.
I honestly didn't even like that was my first one I ever went to, and I really didn't even I just took it all in, and I was just like, damn.
DreamCon's starting to get up there.
They had over 70,000 people. Before pre-COVID, 85,000 was the peak for Dragon Con. Crazy.
Nice.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, what's Dragon Con?
Dragon Con's down in Atlanta. It's all pop culture. So you got movies, some gaming stuff. It's mainly a lot of like bigger production stuff. So mainly like TV shows, movies, like that. But there's a huge anime like fan base that goes, gaming fan base that goes, but kind of just a celebration of pop culture in general.
I went to one in North Carolina. I can't remember which one it was.
What I want to do is I want to go to DreamCon.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said that they flood Atlanta.
Yeah.
They take over
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I said I want to
Atlanta just becomes just straight up Blurt City
because they take over like 5 connecting hotels. Like they have like these skywalkways that connect all the hotels together. So because you can't hold everything in one convention center. Like
that's how Anime Next is up here.
Yeah. You have to like either have to bus in between different hotels or take the bridge if it's not like loaded up with people, so you can actually get around and stuff. Yeah, you gotta plan your days out for Dragon Con because otherwise you're gonna be missing a bunch of shit.
Bro, I've never been to Dragon Con. I want to go though.
I went once.
So speaking of Dragon Con, Dragon Ball, Dragon everything, I don't want to drag on the conversation, but all right.
He couldn't pass that up. He couldn't pass that up.
I can't.
It was.
But, yeah. So as not to drag on the conversation, I do want to kind of put out a message. So Star Button actually extends its condolences, and we were all, well, I'm not going to speak for all of us because I don't live in everybody's head, but we were all definitely hurt. And I said we were all again. I was hurt. I'm sure everyone else was hurt too, because we're large anime fans. And what we want to do is we want to actually just take a moment and say that, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away on March 1st. The news went out on March the 8th. And so this is our first episode since the news has gone out where we actually get to acknowledge the fact that he has passed. He passed from an acute subdermal hematoma. And if I'm right, based upon what that is, then it's essentially something that is obviously under the skin and dealing with the blood. It was all of a sudden, and there has been a very large outpouring of support from the anime community, and just the anime community is grieving. We've lost a legend. We've lost a senpai. We've lost someone who essentially helped us pioneer our way through life. Because let me be clear, if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball games, I probably wouldn't be the person that I am today. I'm not going to say that I got any great lessons from it, but I'm not going to say that I'm worse off for it either. Um, it's just that it shaped a lot of our childhood. Dragon Ball has been around since 1988. And so, you know, to hear people like Kishimoto from, which is the creator of Bleach, and Ichiro Oda, who is the creator of One Piece.
Kishimoto is the creator of Naruto. My bad.
I'm sorry.
Tite Kubo.
Yeah, sorry. Either way, they all they all have 100% written letters and showed their outpouring and their support for his family, for his fans. And so, you know, like I said, we just want to take a moment to acknowledge the legend Akira Toriyama. Our lives are different because of you, and we hope that you rest in power. Now, what I want to do is I want to take this moment to pass it over to Raijin. And Raijin, I want you to kind of tell me some of the things that you have seen throughout the course of this week, or the course since we've all received the news, as far as like support for Toriyama-sama.
Oh God, bringing up feelings again. No, I'm not gonna bullshit. I was crying Friday. Like I woke up after the I saw it Thursday night. It broke. Woke up Friday morning. And I was like, I'm not okay. This is fucked up. Like the man changed all of our lives in different ways. Not even if it's just anime. Time traveling's favorite game all time is Chrono Trigger. Like I made a post about it. I don't know how big Chrono Trigger would be if Toriyama didn't give that artistic touch to it. There's no way of knowing. Would Dragon War and Dragon Quest be as good?
Dragon Quest
and
was
as
literally
big
one of my go-to
without his art? Like who knows? You know, the outpour of support worldwide from everyone I know, y'all, other countries, like the Hispanic population is going through it right now between Mexico, Argentina. But like I'm with y'all. Like I'm hurt like y'all. It sucks. Like Dragon Ball is just like a game changer in every stretch of the imagination. Like there's no other way to say that this. There's no way to say this game, like this series, in his impact didn't change the world, not just for anime, culture, like obviously anime, gaming, like making it like all the shit that we're into acceptable. Like I saw all the thing that got me the most was the big post I saw on Facebook with all the artists we spoke of, like Kishimoto, Kubo, Araki from JoJo. It's like all the biggest like names, like artists, Yusuke Murata that does the One Punch Man manga now after once does a webcomic. All these dudes did amazing like dedication pieces, and it just shows the show. And then like I think the one that got me the most was Toyotaro, who does the Dragon Ball Super manga now, because Toriyama doesn't draw that. He said he's like, I just wanted to be like Senpai. I learned to draw Dragon Ball so I could be by his side one day and do Dragon Ball. That's why I do Dragon Ball Super.
That's hard.
That man is the reason why I became a mangaka. And if now that he's not here, I'm sad, I'm hurt. I don't know, I can't go to him for advice anymore, but I'm gonna keep it going for him. And it's like shit like that. It's just like crazy how much impact he had on the world that we love, like just anime in general. It's kind of hyperbolic to say, but I think it's true. Like I don't think anime would be big in the West.
You said hyperbolic.
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it.
I was kind of doing it on purpose. Not gonna lie.
I like that.
But no, I don't think it's crazy to say, even though people try to dispute it, that if he didn't create Dragon Ball, who knows how anime would be in the West? Just say like,
it would not be as big.
We would have had
Yeah,
Sailor Moon, obviously, because right, like, she wasn't inspired by like Toriyama, but like they became like basically like
Inuyasha,
like.
I think anime in America, those like it's Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball. Those are the two. I think those are the two big things that made anime big in America.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I woke up to Sailor Moon every day, like school, and it would annoy me because the song would come on, and that's what would take me out of my sleep, and I would just be so mad at the TV. because all I'd hear was that fighting evil by moonlight, and I'd be like,
All I'm
honestly,
saying-
I think honestly for me it was more
Token, you
like-
just took time off, like hard body.
I ain't even hear him to be that honest. My bad, Corey. I didn't even hear him. I
I'm
think this is
sorry.
my voice carries so much.
Go ahead, Tom.
I mean, honestly, I think I personally wished I was as suave as Tuxedo Mask. I wish I had that man's game.
He gets bitches.
Yeah.
Let me be clear.
Even though they're crazy.
Listen,
You're not wrong. I mean, it's a pimp.
yeah.
Pimp.
What were you gonna say, Token, before I chime in too much?
I was gonna say for me it was mostly if it wasn't Dragon Ball, because we've all that if it wasn't Dragon Ball, it was either Tenchi, Inuyasha, especially Inuyasha. I would get woken up by their ending song. Just
Yes.
and I'm just scared out of my
That
sleep.
was
Like,
a 3:00 in the morning song too.
right, and I'm
deep.
just scared out of my sleep. Like,
and you are always in that good sleep till you wake up like,
yeah, like that good sleep.
and it's like so right for no reason.
Right, like and that note hits, and you're like,
You see Sashomaru
Registering
looking
it?
at, you see Sashomaru
Ooh.
looking at their dead father, just like it's like I don't know what you're going through, Sashomaru, but I feel you. It's like,
He had a
Right?
good point here. He said, honestly, anime in the West would have been primarily mech animes without Dragon Ball, if you think about it.
Evangelion and Gundam, Evangelion and Gundam.
Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, but I mean, I saw
He's right.
as a kid, I saw advertisements for the Akira VHS all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is-
What about? You got to remember that we started with like Voltron.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
And
yep,
70s.
we did.
And Speed Racer. Well, Speed Racer does count too. That was anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if Thundercats counts as anime.
no,
Does it?
no, Thundercats.
That's American. No, that's American. Yeah, it's American drawn.
That's American.
I don't know why I felt like that was like anime too.
Thundercats.
It straddles the
Thundercats.
line a little bit. It's almost there.
Thundercats.
But no, I don't-
Oh, he also got another point. Tuxedo Mask wasn't even his tightest fit.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
Moonlight Knight.
Mm.
That
That
man,
was his coldest outfit. Boy,
But I
that man had swag.
Moonlight Night.
That man
as far as
dripped swag.
Moonlight
ooze.
Knight.
like, I'm gonna be a little corny here.
I just
but-
said swagoo. How can you get more corny than that?
Well, because I'm about to say some real corny shit.
boy.
For me, I don't think I had the healthiest coping mechanisms for dealing with some of the stuff I went through as a kid. In terms of, I kind of used media in a lot of ways to look for a lot of the life lessons that I think other people probably get in healthier places.
I mean, we're
Um,
gamers. I definitely went to the beach and was talking about the armor of Ryo, Dao
Oh
Chi.
no, I'm talking about like, for me it's like Goku, like watching Goku overcome all the shit that he went through was like a really inspiring thing. Like the moment that he becomes a Super Saiyan is like such an inspiring thing. Like Goku is one of those people who teaches you about the value of like getting knocked back down and getting back up stronger than you were when you went down. And
True, very true.
like there's just so much power in that.
Yeah.
For a young kid who just wanted to be awesome, like who wanted to be like the most awesome version of himself he could be. It was just, there's a lot of really cool things to be learned from that. It's like, man, I want to be like Goku, and there's a lot of people out there like that. I feel
A lot of
like,
people.
Absolutely. Like, all right.
and
Show of hands. How many of us have not ever attempted to go Super Saiyan?
Not ever. That's possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not even a thing.
It's like walking into the automatic doors and not trying to
Just-
force open them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like,
There's
bruh,
just some things that are permanently with you, and it's like, yep. That's
Or
it.
taking butter knives and trying to make
and try to
Wolverine
throw them
claws
like
out of them.
kunais.
So yeah, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
what-
I
what?
interrupted you, but
Or
yeah,
four.
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is that we completely understand, and like just the outpour, the outreach, like just everything like that came through Dragon Ball to me personally. I get you. That it was definitely a coping mechanism for a lot of us when we were young. When we were young, that's what made us feel strong.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then to Eric's point, like my favorite video game of all time is Chrono Trigger.
I'm one of those fans.
Like it's just getting old sucks because you lose a lot of the people who shaped you, and it's just weird. It's really weird. I can't imagine the pain that the people that he worked with are going through. I can't imagine how all that has to feel.
Oh,
Like to
big
lose
O,
someone that
definitely.
powerful, because like
Japan itself.
it just sucks. It's not
Yeah.
fair. And the thing that got him was actually he had a brain tumor.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what it was. And it's just, it's not fair. It sucks. But at least he could go in the Year of the Dragon.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy that in one whole month, I lose someone that got me into drawing, and then I also get disappointed by someone else who got me into drawing. Because the two things that I drew the most as a kid were like Power Rangers and fucking Dragon Ball. So it's like
Hey man, Warriors.
it's a bit of a mind fuck right now for your boy right here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tones. Dragon Ball started in 1988, right?
Yes.
Oh.
No, the manga was like 84, but I think the anime was 86.
The anime was 88, right?
86, 88, somewhere around.
Didn't
It was in
air
the
in
80s.
America
Yeah.
till 97 or 98. Original
So-
Dragon Ball.
I thought it was original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it didn't air in America
Who
until
came
like
in first.
No, it didn't.
Z
Dragon
didn't come out
Ball
in America
came in first. Ball came in first, then Z.
to
I
America.
Yes. I specifically remember watching Dragon Ball like early in the
Okay,
morning,
got it.
10 or 11.
Well,
Got
let's,
it.
let's hear,
Z came
let's hear
along.
the dates. Let's hear the dates because I believe it was 90.
Dragon Ball aired February 26, 1986.
We're talking America.
Yeah, we're
Not
talking about when it got a look like.
Japan.
Oh, yeah, my bad. America, it was September 13th, 1996.
96.
Off by a year.
Yeah, I was thinking 95, but yeah. Was that Dragon Ball or Z?
I'd say
Well,
96.
well, Dragon Ball went through weird stuff because looking at it, it looks like it says it got localized in 1989, 1990. They only did the first movie and a couple episodes, and it got canceled. Then it got re-picked up by Funimation in '95.
Funimation.
But that was for distribution. Like it wasn't airing. Like you had to go buy it.
Right.
But it did air.
Wild.
But it did air a few episodes early. But then like it was like what the hell is this Dragon Ball shit? Like
I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen. That's when Yamcha was cool. Because he became my favorite character in the original Dragon Ball.
I have to admit, the Wolfang Fist was fire. It just
Fact.
He was dope in Dragon Ball.
it was
Which
just
part?
useless after the Saiyans.
Which, by the way, if y'all out there who are watching us, if you've only seen Z and Super, but you haven't seen Dragon Ball, you owe it to yourself to go see Dragon Ball so you kind of get a sense of where everything leads to. Because you get to see Goku meet Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Right.
The Red Ribbon Army, all of the
Nobody
tournaments,
wants those dirty paintings.
Piccolo's origins, or should I say the origins of King Piccolo.
Yep. If you just start off on Z, you are missing a lot. I mean,
You know, they actually recently just started Z on, I believe, Saturday. Like the Raditz episode, like Raditz arriving to they are doing Dragon Ball Z Kai again on
they're
tonight.
doing a full marathon of it.
Nice.
If I still had cable, I would be watching it.
yeah.
Yep, that is right. Dragon Ball is not kid friendly. It is not
Yeah, not at all.
2020 friendly.
Not at all.
So if you
Goku
are to
was
be
a
offended,
savage.
do not watch it.
Yeah, there's a lot
Goku
of
was savage.
stuff between him and Bulma in original Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
That I think about like what I want like.
Bro, you think Master Roshi is bad in Dragon Ball Z? Bro, in Dragon Ball, Master Roshi was just
You gotta think of it now. Like you gotta think of it now. Like
Roshi was Bill Cosby before we knew what Bill Cosby was.
Yeah.
yo
Oolong. Let's take it there.
Yeah,
Oolong, yeah. Boy,
Oolong.
try to explain that to the kid.
Boy, the one time Oolong made that wish with the dragon, and I was just like,
Yep.
How you waste it like that?
Yep.
How you do that? With confidence. How did you do that?
Because he had to
The
stop.
funny thing is that came back in GT, and it was hilarious.
Fuck it, and watch GT as well too. Because
Watch it all.
Not as well. Do it
What I
all.
will say is that
Weekend is coming up.
there are still plans for Dragon Ball Daima to come out this year in September.
Yes.
which I was super hyped for.
So we're all getting more Dragon Ball. Toriyama did have something to do with Daima. So I'm looking forward to an entertaining show. I'm hoping that we get something that is just mind-blowing at that point.
Sparking Zero is also coming out, I believe, this year too.
Yep.
Right.
Wait,
So
I mean, even if I wasn't gonna get Sparking Zero, which I was, but even if I wasn't gonna get it, even if Sparking Zero turns out to be a terrible game, I'm still gonna get it just because. At this point,
I'm gonna be real. This like, even the quote unquote bad Dragon Ball games are still like somewhat entertaining. Like, there's never been a Dragon Ball game where it's just like, yo, this shit is not even remotely. I'm not getting no enjoyment out of this shit at all.
Nah,
Burst Limit.
I think Xenoverse is a bad. Yeah, Burst Limit is a bad game. Raging Blast is also a bad game. And I don't know. Hot take to me, I don't think Xenoverse is fun. That's me. Look, that's just me.
what?
I don't think Xenoverse is good. That's me.
2 is better.
Huh?
Infinitely better than the first one.
2 is better, and it got a lot more support. Like they're still supporting 2 to this day. They're
Why?
still adding characters to 2. They added characters to Xenoverse longer than they added characters to Fighter Z.
Yo, deadass. I'm kind of mad about that too. I'm mad you brought that
Well,
up.
get over it.
Man,
Fucking Fighters is amazing.
when I was a youngin', there used to be SNES Dragon Ball games I tried to play.
Oh,
you had,
yeah, those were
Right.
great.
There was Hyper Dimension. And
Yeah, Hyper Dimension was fire.
Wait,
What's that-
is
what was
Hyper
that
Dimension the fighter?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
fighter.
it was a fighter.
Yeah,
That was a
it was a
story-based
fighter.
fighting game. But you also had that one that was on Genesis. You could play as Android 16 and shit. What the hell was that one called?
Right.
Oh shit.
There's Super Gokuden.
Uh,
I'm on
Who's that?
Famicom right now.
Is that I think that's the action adventure one. Super Gokuden, right? I think.
Yeah, that was the one that I played.
But don't
Yeah,
forget, we also had those Legacy and Goku games, the Game Boy Advance, were also dope as shit. The RPGs that you get to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to support and promote certain things that we talked about last week, but I mean, there is still a way for you to access and play those games.
oh yeah, we know.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
I'm saying
you know,
is, if they made
this
it
is
available
not-
in America,
This is not a promotion to go
I would gladly buy it.
do things.
I mean, yeah, like make it available. Nintendo,
Localize it, make it
make
a
it available.
Dragon Ball Legacy Collection. There you go. And I'll
Oh,
buy it.
wait,
Fuck it.
there you go.
I forgot.
There you go.
Nintendo hates gamers.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right. I think it was Dragon Ball Super Goku. Yeah, Super Goku.
The only ones that they should hate is the Smash community.
Wow, that is a hot take. Original Dragon Ball is like Shin-Chan.
Is it though?
oh,
Yeesh.
Yo,
I don't know about that.
that's disrespectful.
I can see where they come from, but the level of
I
depravity
can't even.
was ridiculous.
That is
Yo,
I can't even discuss. I can't even comment on that without saying something pause-worthy.
He said on the level of Shin.
Bro, Shin-chan was my boy.
I don't know. That made me hot for like a second. I was like, wait, what? I like Shin-chan, but like,
yeah.
dog.
I mean, the reference is. I mean, all right.
Take it all in.
Pause. First of all, I'm not taking nothing in. Okay. When you hear what I'm about to say, you're gonna understand exactly what I mean.
Stop. Collaborate and listen.
Why? Why? Because it started playing in
You
my head.
see Shin-chan's penis more than you see Goku's.
No, you don't. It's like what and what. It's like what and what, bro. But as many times since
You
Goku
wasn't
was
supposed to
red
argue
naked,
with me on that, so I had to pause myself prior. But the fact of the matter is, you argue with me on that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen a little.
that
Asian
is
boy.
true. He's not. Tone is right.
Oh man.
I don't want to be right about this,
Oh my goodness.
but these was little boys that didn't wear clothes. So yes, it kind of does happen.
I mean, to be fair, Goku was raised in
Shin
the
and
freaking
Dragon Ball were
jungle.
both pretty bad.
Goku was raised in the mountains. All right, so he ain't have no basic home training anyway.
Wow.
That man grew up fighting dinosaurs and Red Ribbon Army. Come on now.
The way
First of all, I don't ever want to call that. I don't ever want to call anything that. Okay.
the way Grandpa Gohan died was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
He said, "You see his Mr. Elephant." First of all, I don't ever want to call anybody's anything ever a Mr. Elephant because no. Okay. Okay. No. No. Okay. Just no. Can we get through 1 week without talking about penises?
You brought it up though.
Damn, I didn't bring it up. He brought it up. As a matter of fact, you know what? Last week we didn't talk about penises. The last time we talked about penises when we were talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Last week we talked about Nightwalkers. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, we talked about night walkers and hookers. Okay.
Who would do that?
To be fair, we are an 18+ show.
You're right.
So
At least 13 plus.
yeah, at least 18+.
Okay.
If you ain't heard some of these terms by the time you're 13, then I think you need to grow up a little bit. I'm kidding. That was a joke. Kids.
If you haven't heard
you,
these
if you are
heard
13 or under, you should probably not be on the internet unsupervised anyway.
You shouldn't be watching us, that's for sure. Keep it up.
Get everybody you know to watch us, please. We need all the watches.
Tell your friends about us. You can even play Roblox while you watch us.
Don't do that.
Hey, yo.
We actually want you to enjoy the content. I mean, you could play the content, whatever, but we want you to enjoy the content as well.
Right.
We love the interaction. We want you to tell all your friends. We're going to actually start putting out YouTube videos. You know that? Did you know that? We're actually going to start putting out videos one of these days.
Okay.
I'm not making any promises on when, but we're going to do it. We're going to get you some more entertainment for that,
Next year.
Wow. I don't even want to guarantee the next
Starting to
year.
sound like Nintendo.
I just, we're going to start. I don't want to make any promises that, I can't keep. So we are working on some content for you guys, and hopefully it'll be special treats. Maybe it'll be, hot takes of our episodes, or, when Token says something that's completely off the cuff, like, Goku and Shin-chan are 1-1. But anyway.
Wait, were we talking about the multitude of how many times we saw their penises, or like what? All right, there we go. See, off the cuff. You're welcome.
Yo, we have to at least have
more sponsors.
we have to have an end of the year compilation of all the crazy shit he says. Just like,
please, dude.
Oh, you mean like less people in Overwatch?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That actually
Why you
pissed
always
me
gotta
off.
bring up old stuff?
Why you bringing up old shit?
We all have our preferences, okay?
That wasn't a preference. That was a horrible take. Don't try to pass it off as a preference.
And then went to compare Overwatch to League.
No, I compared it to Call of Duty and the revival system.
That doesn't make any.
League doesn't really work that well for that. That's a whole no.
You only got one character that can revive in League.
And yet you can't.
Yeah,
and yet you can't stop playing it.
Wait. Oh, Akshan.
Akshan, yeah.
Akshan. Yo, I be forgetting that's his passive.
And there's only one character that can revive in Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking here, Token? Like, what do you mean?
But no, I meant the because of the revival system in Call of Duty before they changed it, where you could maximize your team size by increasing it by picking people up from other teams, and now you got a squad of 6 people riding around the entire map murdering everyone.
That's not how Overwatch works.
Yeah, we just got him
That's-
remad.
At one point, it was 6, right? 6 on 6, right? And then Call of Duty was like, hey, let's minimize that to 4.
But you're talking about in Warzone and or DMZ. That's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's not the same.
I
Like,
just meant
one is-
team size and the fact that all I had to do was focus on 4 people. That's it. I had to focus on 4 people. At one
You
given
don't even
time.
have to heal them in Call of Duty.
I don't have to heal them in Call of Duty, but I also don't have to worry about 3 snipers, 2 people who are rushing me, and 1 person who, for some god-awful reason, thinks that it's okay to RPG me from the top of a freaking building.
That's not the same as Overwatch.
That's not Overwatch, bro.
Have you played Overwatch?
Yeah, I played Overwatch.
No, you
I stopped
haven't. No,
playing it
stop.
after they started Overwatch 2.
No, you have not. For what? For an hour? For 2 minutes?
No, I owned Overwatch on my PlayStation and on my PC.
Cap.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Did you play?
Cap.
I own.
Yeah, I played it a lot.
Look, he went and got
I
the
love-
cap.
Honestly, my favorite ones were Moira. He is hilarious. My favorite ones were Moira. My favorite to use was Junkrat and Moira.
Are you?
It's similar to Call of Duty.
Hold on.
What?
This man just said that he plays Junkrat and complained about the number of players in Overwatch.
Hey, what Junkrat got to do with this? I'm just saying.
All
Leave
you
Junkrat
do
out
is
of
this.
You can literally just get kills by not looking
You
at
can
this.
kill the entire group by firing one thing or by ripping a tire and putting it right in the middle of them all.
Oh, so
Moira,
one of y'all
I
has a
can guarantee
Reinhardt.
you that as the healer,
What the fuck is he doing?
all you did was
Reinhardt
do damage.
shield, bro. Or hold on, wait. Or Genji's counter.
Underneath me. What are you
Genji's
talking
counter.
about? Have you played Reinhardt?
You can't counter the Riptire.
You really can't.
I swear to God, dude, I've seen Genji do some wild shit.
You could. It's not counted. It doesn't. It's not programmed as a projectile, so you can't reflect it.
You
Are
can't.
you serious?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything else Junkrat does, like you could reflect his trap back, his regular fire,
His
but
regular fire.
you can't do the
thingy.
Riptire.
Riptire is like auto kill.
By the way, because Reinhardt.
Say it again. You
Riptire is like auto kill.
Okay.
Yeah, Reinhardt's shield doesn't stop fucking Riptire.
Yeah, you can just hop over it. It's like
Yeah. Actually, no, I think you can just go right through it because it's energy. They don't collide with each other.
oh no, but I'm saying like typically you don't want to do that because that gives people the opportunity to shoot it and take it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Except you try to flank with their
Mm.
coming from the top, whatever, and then take out the team by dropping it in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think his play
I
time
just
on
start jumping it over there.
5
I mean, I
minutes.
can always look it up.
That's why I like playing fair because I'm like high in the air above the Riptire. I'm good.
So remember I asked if like an RPG could be king. Basically, we all know Final Fantasy came out. It was a big thing. It was a big hit. It was a good game, really good game. The
Still
demo,
playing for
the actual game itself, the cinematics, a lot of things in the soundtrack, like the music production, all of Final Fantasy 16 was like really good. Now we all know that Final Fantasy was also produced by Yoshi P. So in recent interviews, it was actually it was actually stated that Naoki Yoshida, also known as Yoshi P, would actually be considering directing himself another major mainline Final Fantasy title.
Yo,
I would give him 17. I'd be confident in seeing that.
Potentially 17. And he even said his next game won't be his last because he's at his peak.
I have a general take on the idea of like you stick with the hot hand.
Yeah.
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 Like
It's like everyone's stupid. It's like, this motherfucker don't miss. This motherfucker
This
don't
is true.
miss.
Since 14, A Realm Reborn, Yoshi P has been on fire.
as far as I'm concerned, Final Fantasy is Yoshi P's until he's done.
yeah. I'm gonna piggyback off y'all. You let that man do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Straight up. Like, free reign, give him whatever budget that you want to give him out, throw big bags of money at him. If he's like, I want this, I want that, you give it to him. That man has earned it. He's
And don't
earned
let
it.
you no more mess up his vision, please.
Look,
It's
Oh,
just
you-
if this man's got stories to tell and he thinks that he right now is at his peak of being able to get those stories out and communicate them effectively, you give it to him because like
Absolutely.
he's delivering experiences we all want.
yeah.
Well, I think the
And
good
this
thing.
is from a genre that one would have or could have argued was on its way out.
Yes,
A
13.
franchise at least.
13 was a very big hiccup. Even though it sold well, everyone was like, I think this is the end of Final Fantasy. But then,
Yeah.
But no, I think I can see him directing next one because obviously they took Nomura didn't direct 16, so obviously he's not the guy anymore for directing
Well,
these games. He
I mean,
does
Nomura
obviously
was
7
working on
remakes.
7 though.
Yeah.
Well, the 7 remake and rebirth, but I mean, Yoshi P only produced 16.
Yeah, but
I
Nomura's
don't
not.
think they're done with the Final Fantasy VII remakes, though, are they?
No, there's
So, like,
there's still at least one.
So,
One
so
more.
if there's gonna be one more of those, then like, there's no reason Yoshi P shouldn't be on 17 at least.
Right.
Because what's
And
gonna
honestly, sorry.
I'm like, no, you can go ahead.
And honestly, it sounds like they probably want to do more remakes. So honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if we. I apologize for blanking on the name, but if we kept him just making remakes and then we have Yoshi P take over the new mainline, because honestly, I'm fine with having OG SquareSoft folks handling the business of going back and reclaiming that legacy a little bit. Because I'm old enough to remember SquareSoft proper and how freaking killer those teams were.
Yeah, Nomura's been with SquareSoft forever. I think he
Yeah.
worked on.
Yeah.
I want to say early 90s.
Actually, let's see. We got the internet computers. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at that. That's why I'm like looking
You
things
took
up.
over Yoshitaka Amano's role.
His first game he worked
Jamie, pull it up.
on. Nomura, his first game he worked on was Final Fantasy 4. He was a debugger. Then on 5, became a battle graphic designer. Then he worked on 6, worked on Front Mission, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 7, Ear Guys, Parasite Eve, Brave Fencer Musashi, Final Fantasy 8. Basically every mainline game since Final Fantasy 4, not even just Final Fantasy that was under Square Enix, he's worked on.
Look,
Character
That-
designer for the bouncer. Makes sense. That I see it.
look, that boy can draw.
Yes.
Like, straight up. Like, he's one of the. It's, in my opinion, if we're gonna go by the best artist, concept artist in the business, in the industry, it's Nomura, Yoji Shinkawa, who does anything that Kojima is involved with. All the artwork that you see for fucking Death Stranding, the Metal Gears, all that shit. If Kojima's attached to it, Yoji Shinkawa does all the drawing for it. And then there's fucking Joe Mad, who did all the artwork for the Darksiders stuff. Those, in my opinion, are the 3 best artists when it comes to the games industry.
I was gonna say Akira Toriyama, but
What do you do?
doesn't really do game art. He does like manga art and covers and stuff like that.
I'm talking about game artists.
I have a bias right now. My favorite game artist is actually one of Blizzard's, Fanny Vernier. She's a very talented 3D artist.
You should send us some
I'm talking about
so we could admire.
I wasn't talking
Yeah,
about
we
If they
definitely
publish, that's not like, you know.
3D art. Definitely.
No, no, on her portfolio. And then she actually just published a book, I think, or she just got the hardcover of her book.
Okay.
She posted on Twitter, but
Yeah, send us that, you know.
yeah, absolutely. She's phenomenal.
I'm
She's
talking about 2D art.
Hmm?
I was specifically talking about like 2D, like the best 2D artists currently.
No, that's fair. I'm just commenting on my personal like favorite like art.
Well, no, definitely send me.
I don't follow the
Speaking of-
2D artists much I used to.
Speaking of Overwatch, since you know somebody doesn't want to actually play Overwatch the way Overwatch is supposed to, have you guys played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? What do you think of it? I haven't touched it yet at all, not one little bit. So I actually didn't want to start the conversation because like the only thing that I've touched is maybe about an hour worth of the demo,
I'll try to keep it spoiler.
and it's still in spoiler territory.
Yeah, I'm about 30 hours in, like
I think I'm
chapter
somewhere like
chapter 8. Yeah, but no, I'm having a fucking blast. It's great. I will say there. Somebody we know posted up on group written like there is a lot of padding in terms of like minigame stuff, but it's still fun. But I can still acknowledge like there's a little bit too much of this stuff, but it's still fun. But no, I'm having a good time. This did not get spoilery. It's interesting where the story's going because like how the game starts off, you see something you're not expecting to see going alongside with the main story at some points, and it's like, where's this going? Obviously, I don't know what happens at the end. Man, as much as people on like TikTok and Instagram Reels try posting up spoilers, like get the fuck out of here! Like stop. Why?
Yo,
the game's been out 2 days. Stop posting spoilers. God damn.
Bro,
Yeah,
first thing
I'm
out,
enjoying it.
YouTube, like, come on, why?
Well, my friend, my YouTube is filled with other stuff. So fortunately, I avoid all those spoilers now because I have completely changed my algorithm. Now I just get like maybe 1 or 2 Game Rings videos, and the rest of it is all revolving around something else. I actually would have gotten Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Sorry, but my friend, in whom I share games with, he didn't get it yet. So I believe that our current agreement is that he's going to get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm going to get Dragon's Dogma 2. And Dragon's Dogma 2 is in approximately 11 days. So
Yeah, I gotta finish.
Tones. I would play more games with you right now on Xbox Pass, but for some reason Xbox Pass won't let me log into my Microsoft account.
oh my, I don't really play much by way of games currently because life has been lifing. But
Yeah.
you know, whenever you get it fixed, you might have to address Microsoft with that. Send a ticket or something, and they'll be able to.
I did. I've been waiting on them, and that's
Send
been
them every day.
Nah, is that like your best answer? Is just annoy them every day?
Oh no, I was looking at Time's background, and that's what made me laugh. But yeah, that's the best answer. You want something done, you get it done.
I'll share my quick thoughts on Rebirth since it was asked in chat though. I'm having a blast with it too. The thing that surprised me the most is like the open world sections, because I wasn't sure how they were going to pull it off, transitioning from that flat, you know what I'm saying, that flat blank space in the originals to like 3D, full 3D space. That was what impressed me the most so far. It's like seeing like the green overworld, the Greenlands. I was like, whoa, they really did this and fleshed it out fully. I was shocked by that.
I'm gonna tell you, I'll play the game, but if certain events happen in the said game, I'm turning it off that day. I am turning it off, and it's gonna have to take a break. I'll play, I'll enjoy, But if it happens, I'm going to be hot.
Technically, you can still say that and it not be a spoiler because it happened in, like, you can say that. Unless people have never played the original. If that does happen.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if it does, but if it does happen. I don't know if it does happen.
Yeah. To still be vague in what we're talking about, just because there's some weird person who still hasn't played original Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, that
I don't know if that's going to happen in this one. I honestly have no idea. Like
I love how
they changed a lot of things. They changed a lot of key things with the story where I'm questioning is like, I don't know. This is obviously when you played the first one. This is not a 1-to-1 remake story-wise. Anything's open to changing now. So it's like
there's a lot of great changes.
Something else crazy might happen. They might change up like who the target was completely. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not.
I gave a lot of the characters more personality.
So we want to create a new hate character.
Maybe.
I really wish I was playing it right now, but I haven't bought it. I've been playing WWE. That's what the Cena face was for.
It was still perfect time. I said it was still the perfect time.
Yeah, I have been playing WWE and Helldivers. I have not had the opportunity to even sniff Final Fantasy, but I will gladly take that up as soon as I can. It sounds like it's
all right, Lou. You doing too much right now, bro.
I've been over Final Fantasy. Think about it, because I went down to DC. I went down to DC for the Final Fantasy Orchestra, which was awesome. Distant Worlds. That was, if that's in your city, check that shit out. That was awesome. If you like Final Fantasy music. My friend convinced me to reactivate my Final Fantasy 14 account, so I'm finally playing through that again a little bit. And I've been playing 7 Rebirth. It's like, so all of the damn Final Fantasy is over here.
It's some good gaming right now. Yeah, that damn much.
The question that Loon asked, and this is why I say he's going too far, is with Final Fantasy VII remakes, do you think they are connecting it to the Advent Children lore?
Not that I've seen. I have seen some loose stuff saying they've introduced characters that were introduced in what's that one? First Soldier.
Yeah.
Well, some characters from the First Soldier phone.
Well, that was the whole purpose of First Soldier even coming out.
Yeah, to set it
so
up
that they could introduce said characters.
The main character that I want to see come back, and I haven't I don't know if it's a spoiler because if he is in it, I haven't seen it and I haven't seen spoilers for it. It's like I want Genesis to come back.
I was saying the same thing
because they made him a huge part of Crisis Core. Obviously, if you play Dirge of Cerberus, he shows up in the credit scene at the end of that game, back on the PS2. But it's just obviously this character was supposed to be super important to Final Fantasy VII's lore, but then after Dirge of Cerberus and then Crisis Core, he just went away. We've had nothing about him since then. So I want to see him come back.
But what's weird is that Deep Ground exists. If you played Intermission, Deep Ground exists, Weiss exists. So it's is Genesis gonna come back at some point?
I feel
because it's clear it's canon, right?
I feel like he should.
Unless we're wrong and he got retconned out somehow, but they kept other parts from that with the Deep Ground and Weiss and Nero being real. I don't know.
They do say Crisis Core is still canon, so that means Genesis is canon.
So that means Angeal was canon then.
Yep. Who knows? There's a lot of crazy story implications. I gotta finish it. I gotta buckle down, finish it up.
I like that they fleshed out more of the characters too, though, and gave them a lot more personality. That was my biggest thing too. With Tifa and Aerith, I love their personality in this. The writing is stellar for them.
All right, so I do have a question for you guys. Pardon the train. And I don't know how much time that we're gonna need for this one, because I get the feeling that I'm gonna have to let y'all just battle this one out, talk this one out. This is gonna be a hot topic, and by all means, before we get into this hot topic, I do want to say, since we mentioned Overwatch 2 is doing a Cowboy Bebop crossover. First of all, if you're an anime fan, even I want to go back.
That's going to be lit.
Yeah, this makes you want to go back.
I want to, but then I remember that I'm talking about Overwatch 2 and it makes me not want to. So I'm torn right now.
I mean, did he get?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fine. No.
Bruh.
Please don't block me.
Bruh.
Please don't block me.
I want to go back.
I fixed it.
When it comes out, I'm probably gonna go back.
I mean, you know. Also, Multiverses is coming back in May.
Don't nobody care.
So they finally put out their
What?
Yeah, Multiverse is coming back. They actually have supposedly updated their net code, and they've done a lot of specific work on the game itself as far as mechanics go. They said that they've listened to feedback, and they're supposed to be coming back. I'm seeing some pretty okay looking characters.
Did they refund people for that battle pass?
Bro, do you understand how hot I was when I first heard about that? That they're supposed to be coming back finally? Like, bro, did I ever get my battle pass money? Like, how about all those people who got into the early access and then got, characters and spent the battle pass?
Accept it.
I mean, it's Warner Brothers.
Fleeced. Accept it.
It's Warner Brothers. They know about fleecing.
Yeah, you got fleeced. Just accept it. Yeah. It's like it's like when you were supposed to go to what was it? Firefest. Yeah,
it's the Firefest of games.
Yeah, you got fleeced.
Time, wrong CEO. You need Zaslav.
Was Ja Rule behind this? Somewhere else?
Hey, don't bring Ja Rule into this.
Yeah.
Where's Ja?
Also, Mario Day just passed on March the 10th, and so I think Nintendo confirmed that we're supposed to be getting a Super Mario Brothers 2 movie.
Yes.
I mean, that was obvious. Come on.
I mean,
I
just got one thing to say.
The ticket sales was ridiculous.
Jack Black better do us another song, bro. I'm just saying.
Peaches.
When I tell you my assistant manager played that song so often in the shop.
Look, all I'm saying is, why the hell was Peaches not nominated for an Oscar this year? That's all I got.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because it shouldn't have won an Oscar.
Cowards.
There's a so when I go hang out with my boy, his fiance has her friends come over, and one of her friends is named Peaches.
Oh God.
Oh no.
So
you didn't do this.
I did. When I first met her, I said, "Oh, they call you Peaches?" I was like, "Peaches." But most of the time, when I'm randomly sitting around and she's present, I'll be like, "Peaches," and she'll look over like, "Bro, that's crazy." I was like, "You've never seen Heifer go to heck?" Does nobody know about Heifer going to heck?
Oh my God.
They call you Peaches.
She's gonna be like, don't ever call. She's like, don't call me over when he's here.
I was just thinking that. Because she probably really be sitting there like. I probably should have.
Is your boy there? Nah, he's not here.
I mean,
he's there.
I showed her the source material, so it's a little less creepy now that I just walk around the whole time.
I like how you acknowledged that it was creepy from the jump, though.
Well, she said it was creepy eventually. I think it was because I was behind her and I did it, and like she was like,
"Why did you do it from behind?"
This does not help at all.
You keep digging this. God,
this is horrible. Like, why would you?
This should be like one of your painful stories that you should.
His voice.
I'm not pained at all.
No, because we don't hear regret in your voice.
We don't hear no regret.
He's like, I'll do it again.
Did anybody else have anything to contribute for Mario Day before we move forward?
God.
Was there anything else announced?
I don't really know. I mean, besides the 2 games that they're going to be putting in HD and making available on the Switch.
That was really about it. I mean, Mario 2 was obvious. How well
that was the largest sigh. I know
that was me. That was me sighing at canceling my ChatGPT subscription because it's just not useful for satirical artwork.
Oh,
Mm.
sorry.
Yeah,
Because I know that feels like a dagger to the heart.
it does. Here I
Speaking
am
of
trying to make funny
ChatGPT.
David Zaslav images, and it's telling me it can't help.
Oh, that's crazy.
Damn.
But that
And
does
I was
segue
gonna say, speaking of
to,
ChatGPT, so you guys know that Elon Musk was suing OpenAI.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he is.
He's suing OpenAI
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Heard his feet.
for what?
Well, all right. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and give you his version of the story, and I'll tell you what I understand to be the real version of the story, because they're not the same. So
They
So
never
his
are.
version-
version of this- So his version of the story is that he thinks it should be criminal that a corporation can start off as being non-profit and then suddenly decide one day that they can make a profit. And he just thinks that that is just the most damnedest awful thing ever, and that he just really doesn't think corporations should be able to get away with that, and he thinks it's unethical.
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
coincidentally, Sam Altman has some receipts that says that the truth seems to be that Elon Musk tried to buy them and tried to force his way onto the board.
Oh.
And when I say onto the board, I mean he wanted to be CEO and replace Sam Altman, the person who actually made OpenAI what it is.
Uh-huh.
And they said, that's great, Elon, get fucked. And
This sounds
That's-
No,
much
but
more
I'm
plausible.
crazy about my Baldur's Gate Game Pass theory.
Okay, time continues.
and Sam is Sam is so stuck on this story that he just so happens to have emails that he published on the OpenAI website
Oh.
that seems to
Okay.
back his version of events.
Okay,
Oh.
so let me get this straight. Elon, our fearless I don't even know what to call him, really. But
Our colonizer of Mars.
damn!
Fisher Price, Lex
What?
Luthor.
Yo!
What?
That Bezos.
He's gonna
is
colonize
No!
Mars, guys.
Oh man.
The reason why I say
I'm not
Fisher
saying
Price,
that.
Lex Luthor is
I'm not
because he's
saying that.
actively trying to like do shit in technology.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
He is wish.
Nice.
So he tried to buy them. Did he? Was there a disclosed dollar amount of how much he was?
Hold on. Let me see if I can't find it.
I kind of just want to know
let
if
me
it was
use
an
the internet.
insulting offer.
Also, that's why Grok exists.
Oh God,
I would explain it.
terrible ass XAI.
He's
Let
like,
me use his internet that we talked about earlier.
Because me personally, I just want to know if it's an insulting offer, and that's why they told him to go get fucked.
That's a fair curiosity.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to.
Open up that wallet some more. Get that weak ass offer out of here.
I mean,
Like you bought Twitter. You bought Twitter. Damn it.
I mean, it could be a big enough amount that
All right.
they still just like.
So the story goes. At one point, in 2018, Musk tried to merge the company with Tesla.
Why the
And-
merge?
Yeah.
Right. I think he needed an onboard butler. I think he wanted an
Cars gonna
onboard
get powered
butler.
by ChatGPT. The fuck?
Come on, bro. You gotta put the AI in the car for the GPS for the self-driving, bro.
That's why I said he wanted an onboard butler for the driving of the car.
All right. So
Because he's trying to do fully autonomous cars, and his story is that what he thinks that he wants to ensure that OpenAI is for the betterment of the people, supposedly.
Sure. Okay.
And Microsoft isn't misusing it.
as if one man couldn't misuse it over a company.
Yeah, how's Twitter going, by the way? Oh,
Right.
right.
No, wait, no. It's not Twitter anymore. It's
Fucking
X.
cesspool.
We don't call it that.
So I guess when he left, he encouraged them to raise at least $1 billion in funding, and that they should start being less open and over time not share the science with the public.
What? Oh, so be more secretive?
That's what he wanted, yeah.
So you wanted oversight, you wanted transparency, and you wanted this to be good for the people, but you said, hey, let's keep more most of this under wraps. Y'all talk too much.
Yeah, and not have the people have access to it.
Right.
Yeah,
this sounds clowny as fuck.
And now he wants to play fucking martyr. Like,
Yeah,
bro, you're not a superhero. You better stop.
clown.
You better
Never
fucking
mind.
stop.
Yeah, so
Don't
essentially
even.
it sounds like he didn't believe in OpenAI. Like he just kind of venture capital to venture capital.
Like he did with Tesla.
Yeah, a little bit. And he wound up leaving OpenAI. And because he was with OpenAI for a little while, and then he left because he didn't believe in him. And now they're blowing up, and he's salty about it. That's basically what it boils down to.
Oh my god!
It sounds like
I just realized who he is. He's the guy that dated a really great chick with potential. Then it's just like, you know what? This ain't working out.
Man,
Breaks up with her. She starts looking really good, and he's like, you know what? Look,
I miss this. I miss that.
I miss you. How about us?
How about
back
we
together
try again?
You and me, like this. Come on.
Yeah, and then she
she's
rejects
like, nah,
him. She rejects him. Blows up.
Me.
Yeah, and now
she's like, nah, I'm cool. You dubbed me, so I'm just go do my own thing.
Now he's writing Drake songs.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah,
you're not gonna take me back. Fine, then fuck you.
Okay. So now I have.
It's funny you say that. Sorry for this. Like, I actually just saw a social media post today
me on myself
that a friend sent me, and it was about this girl. It was about this woman who last year she was going down that red pill space.
Oh boy!
And she listened to the red pill, and basically they convinced her that her man wasn't shit because he wasn't doing all these different things. She left him, and then it turned out the entire time he was saving money to adopt his nephews.
So dude is actually like wholesome, genuine, fucking Giga Chad guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she's like, well, now I want him back, and he hates my guts. And it's like, yeah.
I wonder why.
Like, that's how that works.
I
wonder
you don't
why.
deserve him.
How do I get him back? You don't.
You don't.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to get him back. The boat done sailed, sis.
All right. So I actually, want to actually get into the meat and potatoes. Because that was just a transition into another topic. So, as we know, there has been legislation that has been on board for the United States of America in order to ban TikTok for whatever various reasons that the United States can make up in order to get the Chinese technology and the Chinese spyware out of our phones. They want to ban TikTok and limit our media consumption, which by all means, honestly, I think that if they successfully ban TikTok, the people of the United States of America could probably move forward into a lawsuit against the federal government for censoring freedom of speech.
No.
Of course, can't fight the government. Anyway,
no, more than that.
But the story before, the legislation was passed today was that barring a pending sale, they were going to be moving forward with legislation to try to put a complete ban on TikTok where you can't download it in the United States. Now, when we say barring a pending sale, there were quite a few buyers lined up. One of said buyers was Mr. Bobby Kotick himself.
What?
Mr. Bobby Kotick,
him
Bobby
and
Kotick.
potential partners he was trying to find.
And he was, yes, I was getting there. He was vetting partners. And one of the partners that he was vetting was Sam Altman from OpenAI.
This is all full circle.
What? Okay, that part I didn't.
Full circle. Give me money.
Right. So
Secret tunnel.
he actually approached Sam Altman and OpenAI. He probably approached others too because they were going to raise the capital. And he went directly to the I believe it's the co-founder of TikTok. Well, he went directly to ByteDance. We'll put it like that. And he kind of floated these ideas. But basically, the idea of Sam Altman being a partner with purchasing of TikTok was that OpenAI could then use TikTok to train its AI models.
So you wanted to use user data and private data to train your AI models?
Yeah.
No, it's fine when it's an American company that does that. Do you not understand how the fuck this works? It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine when Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft do that.
Look, I just want you to know that I never said that it was okay. All right. I never said it was okay. I'm sick of going to work. All right. And my phone be like off somewhere, wherever I be leaving it somewhere. And I come back and I unlock my phone and my Google News is showing me references and articles of things that somebody was talking about near my phone.
Oh, snap. Yo, you know what would have made that Bobby Kotick picture way better? If it would have said, give me the loot, give me the loot.
I have to go off about this a little bit because
Take it away. Take it away.
It's annoying the shit out of me. Let's be incredibly clear about this. The government doesn't tell you everything, all right?
We all know that.
Can we accept that? The government doesn't tell you everything.
Yeah.
One of the number one things people are concerned about right now is world war. Why the fuck would you allow a foreign company you might be at war with to have a social media platform in your goddamn country? I understand people like TikTok. I 100% do. I like TikTok. This isn't about what Google or Facebook does. This is about not wanting to allow a foreign country, in my opinion, have a social media platform where they can spread propaganda or they can control the news that gets out there. That's all this is to me. Like, if this were Facebook being censored, I'd be way more up in arms. I don't like that it's TikTok. I think it's stupid, but this isn't what they say it is. This is they're worried about war. We're in a new age of warfare. We are in the age of cyber warfare. They have to be more cautious about this stuff, even if I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I would rather TikTok still be around because I'm with you. Freedom of speech. But this isn't freedom of speech. They're not censoring your speech. They're stopping a company from operating that's owned by a foreign country. That's all this is. Like, if this was Facebook, if this was any other American country, I would 100% be as up in arms about this as other people are. But that's not what this is. To say that it is to play checkers in a game of chess. It just doesn't work. Like, if we take them at face value and we go with, oh, this is data privacy, I get being mad. I don't take them at face value.
That's my issue with it. Is they're pushing it off as they're concerned about data privacy. When it's like, come on, that's fucking bullshit. Like, don't bullshit me.
Why would you tell people you're worried that you might go at war and you want to control the pipelines of communication? Like, that's not what people that's not smart. Like, that's not what they do. I want to be clear about this. Like, I want to be clear about this. In a perfect world, we would know everything, and if they were thinking there's war coming, they would just fucking say it. That's the perfect world, like, for me. Yeah. But like, I don't think they trust people enough to give them that information.
Well, remember that he who rules the media rules the world. The media influences us no matter what kind of media it is, whether it's social media or whether it's
our media isn't fully transparent with us anyway.
There is no way that any media is fully transparent.
I mean, my guy, we literally have a government that if there was a comet coming to hit the planet, our government would be the last ones to tell us.
Exactly.
But that's every government.
That's what that whole Netflix movie was about. Don't Look
Yeah.
Up with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer
Yep.
Lawrence. That's what that
Oh,
whole
yeah.
movie was about. Literally, our government, like, because I can see this exactly happen. They drug their feet on every possible step that we could have taken to potentially stop whatever the asteroid that was coming to Earth. And they're like, I don't know if we should tell people that's not really sexy news. It's gonna get people like up in arms and shit. It's like,
Yeah,
the world's going to get destroyed. So can we do something about it? It's
Right.
fucking wild. It's fucking wild how accurate that movie was.
That is genuinely
Yeah.
how I feel. So it's one of those things where it's like, at face value, I get being upset, but like as a 37-year-old man who has lived long enough to know that they don't tell us the truth, I just don't believe that that's what they're concerned about. Now, it's possible that is, and if it is, 100%. If that is actually what this is about, I'm right there with you. They're being fucking stupid, and we need to do something more about this. Like we 100%. If this is about data privacy, then we need to have more regulations around how data is collected, how data is distributed. Like 100%.
Make sure you do that with your American.
We need to do that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
We should have been doing that a long ass time ago.
Yeah,
And we have literally no laws around that.
Yeah, I will be clear about this. Like, they need to get better about all of that shit. They need to be doing a better job of monitoring Facebook, but they don't want to because we've talked about this before. Like, not on the chat, we don't talk about this before, but like, they like the ability to go and buy that information.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but
And
at the same
honestly,
time,
honestly, half the time they don't even need to spend money to buy the information because people freely put all their information out there anyway for public consumption.
But it's
Like
the fact
people in criminalizing data at that.
So there's also something that you guys may not have known that I have not really put into any kind of notes. But so in addition to this whole legislation passing or moving forward with TikTok, there's also been a recent government hacking, not necessarily government hacking, but the U.S. healthcare system got hacked. And so, like, there have been many offices, there have been hospitals, there's patient information out there that could essentially have been leaked. And I'm sure at this point that YouTube is going to take this video down at some point in time because, you know, this is probably not information that we should be out here spreading.
in the news.
Up, man.
If it's in the news, I can't.
You set me off.
HIPAA.
When it comes to HIPAA, yes, I am a HIPAA trained and certified professional. So, you know, there's only but so much that I'm really gonna say. But yes, there have been major systems and major influences in different places that are suffering because of hacking. And the primary thing that you're passing legislation for right now is TikTok. Yes, it's very important, especially if we're going to war. But I really think that we should take care of home too.
Absolutely. It's kind of trash right now across the board. Like,
absolutely, no disagreements here. I agree with you entirely on that.
We have really done like no investment.
I still say we should.
Why
or cyber infrastructure,
which is crazy.
You could bake cybersecurity harder into your networks. Into your internet provider.
Lord knows we got the money to back it.
Yeah, exactly. We got the money to do a lot of things.
They got the money to back it. Remember, they want all our money.
Nah.
Rent goes up, taxes go up, everything goes up.
It's like I said, they're sleeping on every single other fucking thing but this one. It's like, all right, okay, all right, guys.
I mean, I did kind of have a bipartisan, by the way, which means that both parties equally fucking agreed in the fucking house.
Yeah. About this. This is the one thing y'all agree on. Nothing the fuck else. That's like impacting everyone currently.
When you could be
day-to-day basis that people can fucking feel. Yeah. But TikTok is what y'all bipartisan, both parties unanimously agreed on.
Y'all can't agree on United.
It's crazy how
agree on United Healthcare.
It's crazy how they'll ban TikTok before they legalize weed, though, right?
Yeah.
Look, I don't care about the weed. I don't care. All right.
That's why I wasn't. That's why
I don't care. I care about our livelihoods and the fact that we still don't have universal healthcare, but we can send hundreds of billions of dollars to a foreign country when we could have used that money to end homelessness, to end hunger, to give universal healthcare, to create a better infrastructure,
There's
to
more.
create better schooling.
There's more because not only could we have used that money, but there are tons of abandoned office buildings. There are they're pushing for people to go back to work and go back into the buildings and things of that nature. Whereas companies have showed an increase in productivity from working from home. So all that homelessness we're facing.
To be clear, that depends on which
It
study you
depends on the
read.
field.
What was it? Was it paid for by the big employers or not? Because the ones that are paid for by the big corporations, the ones
in the words of Donnie, fake news. Yo, fake news.
What are you gonna say?
Sounds like fake news.
Hold on. If you've never seen it before,
toupee
we gotta have
Put my
Hustle do
toupee
his impersonation of 45.
Fake news.
Look, it's for the betterment of the country that all of you go back to work, okay? You sat home. I gave you a bunch of checks. I gave you free unemployment. Go back to work now. I don't care if it's in the middle of a pandemic. Screw it. Go back to work. A lot of these places are different. They have to pay. Now go.
And don't forget to buy my sneakers.
I don't understand why people are poor when I gave them $2,600 4 years ago. They need to use that money went so far. You got groceries for 2 weeks. I don't know what everyone's complaining about.
I mean, you could have just invested that money in like Bitcoin.
Pay attention to
wish I did.
Pay attention to your crypto.
Oh God!
If I remember correctly, GME was booming, diamond hands and all that.
It's the biggest checks anyone's ever seen.
Okay. So for those of you wondering who are viewing and watching us right now, why we're talking about TikTok, why we're talking about politics, why we're not talking about gaming, why we're talking about our former president and things of that nature. I just want you to know, and I want to kind of wrap this up in a little bun, that this is directly related, because remember that a lot of the places that you're going to get some of your gaming advertisements, some of your gaming content, some of your gaming promotion is always on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. A lot of those platforms, a lot of those social medias are places where we're going to be, number one, sharing gaming content, where your streamers are going to be making money, where you're actually going to be learning about different games, things of that nature. So we want to make sure that we keep you abreast of things that are happening with social platforms that some people utilize to make money from gaming, things that encourage us to be creative. At the end of the day, all we want is for us to be able to freely express. So if there was another TikTok that was not necessarily TikTok or owned by a company in China, then by all means, we would probably say, you know what? Meet us over there, but by all means, at this point in time, you can probably look up Start Button on TikTok for now and find some of our little reels and TikToks or whatever. But that's until it's banned. Now, if it does get banned, then let's just hope that we can find something to replace it. Because do you really think that everybody's going to go to Instagram? I don't think so.
Oh, nah.
And Snapchat is not going to be it either. So
I feel like watch reels, and I hate it.
I mean, at this point, really, honestly, I feel like we might as well just go ahead and start our own website.
Our own social media website? If I knew how to do that,
I would. Like Black Planet?
I'm good.
I'm not
Fully
like
Oh man,
that sounded a little
I mean, like
I was talking as you were talking. I swear.
I was just thinking like our own web domain. I meant like our own web domain, our own customized website where we put our merch, all our social media.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that,
and we got our own. Yeah.
We'll get to that we'll get to that as soon as somebody gets our merch out there.
Well, that's not a lie.
God.
I I'm not gonna lie. If I knew how to code, I'd probably make a social media website.
Oh crap! I should call my brother.
The coding isn't the issue. One of the big issues right now in so AI has kind of caused this issue where web traffic is going up and stuff.
Mhm.
So to begin with, data is expensive. Like, data is really fucking expensive. Google and other places have been steadily increasing their rates they charge. So like that's one of the reasons why Reddit did their API changes they made like a year ago.
Oh
Is
shit!
because of the fact that like API costs are just like not API data costs are going up across the board. I've seen this firsthand how expensive these things can be.
AWS taking
And
over.
yeah, well, it's AWS. It's not even just AWS. It's Google Big Cloud, BigQuery, and then Microsoft's
Got the
Azure.
mascot.
It sucks because like there are you don't have a lot of options considering those are like the two biggest things, and it's very like you said, it's very expensive. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
what options do you have other than them? Like none.
What?
Other
Like
than
for data?
Sure, or Google BitCloud.
Making your own home servers and doing it out of like an apartment or a server, like a warehouse with a server room. Like you can do it. It's just like the reason those options are more appealing is because they're easier to deal with in terms of like scalability, which is kind of what you need for any kind of like social media thing. The benefits to like going through them is just that if you find yourself, if your average user base, let's say like 1,000 users, and then like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you slowly start to see a trickle go from like 1,000 up to like 20,000. The cloud servers have the ability to intelligently detect the increase in usage and spin up more instances of the servers as needed to handle the bandwidth. And intelligently scale down. And the second part to that is the data storage. So like storing all that data that you collect from people. That is all super expensive. It's a whole host of things.
I wonder how you build a server room in your own place without it burning to the ground from all the fucking heat.
You don't.
Lots of cooling. When I worked at Bungie, I worked in this spot called the Gauntlet. And it's kind of so Bungie itself is in Bellevue Square, and it's in like an abandoned movie theater. They repurposed it into a game studio, and the Gauntlet
cool.
it's fucking dope. Whenever there's like new raids that drop, the entire raid team gets together and they sit in the movie theater because they kept one movie theater, and they'll have people come in throughout the day, and like it's a whole party until World First is achieved. It's really cool. So I sat in Gauntlet, and in Gauntlet, like right next to it is actually like one of the server rooms, and that place was like a ice box. Like I had to wear a jacket at all times when I was in that office because it was just so cold where I was because they had to keep the entire like that part of the building chill.
Shit, ain't no way I can achieve that. No, well, not while renting. Maybe if I had a house, then maybe
Maybe a warehouse.
But then
Always
Maybe like a barn. Maybe if you had a barn.
expensive than a motherfucker though.
Yeah.
Electricity.
Wait. That's why I say get a barn and solar panels. Boom.
True.
Goddamn, bro,
That's
talking
true.
about spending hundreds of thousands already.
Wait, what?
It's a long-term investment though.
This is true.
Oh yeah, true.
It'll
But
pay
it
off.
pays itself. But it pays itself off after once you get past that threshold, and then you're like, oh look.
It takes
And
approximately 10 years.
That initial buy gonna be a kick in the balls though.
But guess what? At some point, you can walk out your back door, and you can be like, look at my money machine, and right next to it, all the fucks I give.
That is true.
Oh. I mean, or we could just look at Time's picture and be like, ha.
Yeah, I screwed all of you.
Give me the loot.
I still got rich in the end.
Give me the loot. Buy my Fire Fest tickets.
Yo, you know how fucked up that this guy, this asshole, gets to ride off into the sunset with big old bags of money and no consequences. None. It's like,
Bro treated life like Monopoly, literally.
yeah, failing upwards.
Mhm.
The definition of failing upwards.
Bro tripped, fell on his face, and still landed in Fort Knox.
He's like, what? He's like, what? I damn near ruined the games industry, and I walked off with millions and millions of dollars.
Millions.
To me, this is amazing.
Okay. All right. So before we go way too far into things, like I said, we just wanted to give you guys a quick overview. I think it's about time that we sign off. It's already 10:30. We are already at our threshold. So, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you all for joining us tonight. And, we are more than happy to have you here, and we appreciate you joining every week. If you could definitely go like, subscribe, join us every week. We highly appreciate you. In the meantime, I'll let everybody sign off, and I'm gonna say peace out.
Later.
Rest in peace, Toriyama.
Later.